Welcome to the program. I'm Mark Imperial, and this segment's all about exit planning. Brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where busy professionals get their books done and published to educate consumers, grow their businesses, and to leave a legacy. Joining me on this segment is Maarten Rietveld. He's the founder of Correnial Financial. Maarten, welcome to the program.
Mark, thank you so much for having me. I'm both honored and excited to be a guest on your show. I've looked at your profile and you've done some very interesting stuff. You also have a great last name. May I congratulate you on that? There's only one person who is even close to that. His last name is Wisdom. So either way, Imperial or Wisdom would work for me. So thanks again for having me.
I thank you for the kind words. So tell us a little bit about your work, Maarten, and who are
Yeah.
specifically are the types of folks that you specialize in helping?
Yes, thank you for that. Perhaps I should get a little bit of background. By now, you've picked up on my funny accent, and I was born in Amsterdam on account that my mother was Dutch. So I lived there for a large part of my life until I graduated college, after which I was interested in business, but also helping people, Mark. And at the intersection thereof, I thought that's where HR is. So I wanted to become an HR manager, and I did. It wasn't until about 5 years thereafter until I realized I wasn't really any good at it, nor did I have any real interest in it. So I made a career change into financial services, and I've done that for the last 35 years. My progression, if I might call it that, I started really selling stuff, selling stocks and bonds for a commission. That's what I did. And at some point, I realized, Mark, that I wasn't a financial advisor. I was a glorified financial product salesperson. So at that point, I got my certified financial planner designation and changed my practice entirely to fee-based advice. And I've done that for the last 15 years or so. For the last 2 years, I've realized that I'm now ready to make my final transition is to become a transformational advisor, which is sort of an intersection between fee-based advice, but also transformational advice in which the business owner himself becomes the object of the service. It's like a coach does or a minister or something like that. So I'm really interested in going deeper. And the reason for that is, Mark, because I have found that many business owners aren't really ready to sell at all. In fact, they freak out a little bit when I talk about that because their entire focus or their entire life, and often to the exclusion of family, friends, and other pursuits, has been to be completely focused on building their business. And frankly, the same is true for me as well. So I'm finding in order to really help these people, I have to get out of the numbers mindset, if you will, and talk to them about what's next. What does the next stage of your life look like? And Mark, I found that many business owners have not thought about this at all.
Interesting. Yeah, what is it that's on the mind of these business owners? What have you found are their preconceived notions around exiting or transitioning?
Yeah, so a great question. Of course, they're thinking about it. Let me preface it by giving you some numbers. Every day, Mark, 10,000 people turn 65 years of age. You heard that right. 10,000 people every day turn 65. We also know that the average business owner is 67 years old. So, Mark, they frankly have no choice. They're either they're unpleasant things that can happen, and so they know eventually they will exit the business. So it's my job as an exit planning advisor is go below the surface and find out what's really on their mind. I think it's a mistake for people like me to focus exclusively on the numbers. And I know I have a tendency to do that because I am a numbers a knucklehead. I have an MBA and a master's in finance. And for many, many years, I've approached all problems from a numerical metrics point of view. That's not what's important here. So what I do now, instead of talking about rate of interest, I talk about return on life. It is not return on interest, but return on life. And so I ask business owners, what do you foresee next? What else is important to you? After you hang it up and you go home, what are you going to do? And what I'm finding, Mark, there's been a real lack of awareness, a lack of thinking about what's next. Because for many of these people, and again, myself included, a large part of their identity is tied up in their business. Honestly, when I speak with my clients about their financial plan, their financial future, I like doing that. I like being helpful. It makes me feel good that these people look forward to my call because I bring something of value to the table. When you're a business owner and you make widgets, you do something similar. Your entire focus is on your business. So you have never thought about anything else.
Before I ask you my last question, is there anything that I didn't think to ask regarding exit planning that you feel is important to share with business owners? Any final words of wisdom?
Yeah, the final word will be the first type of financial advisors that business owners should look forward to is the CPA. Because according to a recent article in Forbes magazine, CPAs are the most trusted financial professionals at all. Now, Mark, here's the paradox. So you will think because they are most trusted, that they are the primary venue of business owners looking to transition out of their company into private life. This is not the case. I am part of a large exit planning group here in my hometown of Los Angeles. And every month we have 50, 60 people online talking about these types of issues. These are mergers and acquisitions people, they're private equity, they're financial advisors like me. Some of them are therapists, if you can believe it or not, and just a few CPAs. So, in my humble opinion, I think there's a huge opportunity for CPAs to be helpful to their business opportunity clients, make a difference in their life, and also, frankly, grow their business because in the next 10 years, Mark, something like 25 to 30 trillion dollars. That's trillion with a tree. 25 to 30 trillion dollars will change hands. All of this money, a lot of this money needs help, and the CPA is best positioned to truly make a difference in their clients' lives.
Great insight. Maarten, for folks listening, business owners, how that would like to speak with you, how could they find you, connect with you, and learn more?
Okay. They can go to a tiny URL. That's and my the what you put in is exit guy. I'm the exit guy. I help people exit their company and move into the next stage. So tiny URL, exit guy.
Terrific. Maarten, this has been great. I really appreciate you taking the time to share with my audience today, and I wish you continued success for you and for all of your clients.
Well, same to you. Thank you, my friend, and wonderful to be with you. Thanks for your invite. Take
This
care.
segment's been brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com, and that was Maarten Rietveld. He's the founder of Correnial Financial. That's all for now. I'm Mark Imperial, and thanks for joining me.